The AYYUBIDs are one of the least picked civs in the game, but also one of the highest win rate civilizations across all ranks. Why? I think it is because barely anyone understands how powerful they really are, and how to play against them. Today, I'll show you a build that works against any civ and will force your opponent into constant fights they think they can win, until it is too late. With early dervish healing and a brutal camel timing, this strategy will end most games before the 15-minute mark, if they either respond incorrectly or if they ignore you and try to turtle and defend with static defenses. If you want a fast, decisive win, with a civ nobody is prepared for, this build is for you.
What the fuck am I supposed to do? Did I went greedy with 6? Or am I just stupid? I don't know. Was going 6 greedy or was going 6 just stupid?
Let's get into it. Start off by sending all your villagers to build a mill and your scout on towards the center of the map, and then to one side. If you want to be optimal, leave only 2 villagers building the mill, and the rest can start gathering as it is being built. Also, if your berries are on the opposite side of your sheep, move your sheep to that side of the TC. This will be important later. The first 2 villagers will build a house and a mining camp, so that's 2 on gold. The next 2 will go to sheep, and one of those should build a House of Wisdom in a place where its influence will reach the mill. Now send one more to gold for a total of 3, and then back to sheep for a total of 9. At this point, set your TC rally point to gather all 3 straggler trees, and then to the wood line. Now this part is a little bit tricky, but extremely important to get a faster HAP. So I encourage you to give it a try and practice it in custom games, so you can get it right every time. As soon as you have mined 100 gold, select your gold villagers and force drop off the gold. Immediately select all your berry villagers and force drop their food as well. This will give you the resources you need to HAP at around 214, which is the fastest possible timing without the fast HAP. Do so with the Derbish Wing. As soon as you click the HAP, redistribute your micro like this. Send 2 villagers to gold for a total of 5. Leave only 5 villagers on berries, and every other villager should go to the straggler tree. Your TC rally point should also be on straggler trees until you have 8. After that, set your rally point to sheep and keep it there until you are able to HAP to castle. These villagers should chop all 3 straggler trees before building a wood camp in the wood line. During the HAP, build a house with one of your wood villagers, and from this point forward, start connecting your Golden Age influence with the buildings you construct. Also pay attention to your resources and research wheelbarrow as soon as you can. By the time you're about to HAP, your scout should be back with the remaining sheep. Use it now to go towards your enemy's base to see what they are doing. As soon as you HAP, use all 5 of your villagers to build a stable and send your dervishes along with your scout. Now, at this point, if you're facing a knight civ, instead of sending your dervishes forward, keep them at your base to defend the incoming knight, as one knight is actually unable to out-DPS the healing of 2 dervishes on a villager. After your stable is done, build a desert raider immediately. Don't be like me in this example, where it took me around 10 seconds to start building it. This gives the opponent more and more time to react and prepare, because from their point of view, if they have not scouted this stable, they still don't know whether they're going to get harassed or not. Now, when the last straggler tree finishes, build a lumber camp with only 6 villagers, and the other 2 should go to sheep as well. 6 on wood will allow you to keep making desert raiders from your stable, and construct houses to reach Golden Age tier 1, with the wood you will be floating. Remember, you can also use the extra wood for building a tower at your gold mine, but only if you need it. We will also use this wood later to build more stables and a blacksmith, so keep that in mind. Now, the amount of desert raiders you build depends on what your opponent is doing. Most of the time I like to go for 4. This will allow me to kill undefended villagers really fast, or place them at different locations at the enemy base to deny more than one resource. The micro with these units is extremely important. You will be able to briefly dive TCs and towers to force idle time or kill villagers, but make sure to never lose a single unit. Losing a desert raider is bad, but losing a dervish is even worse. These dervishes are what makes this build so oppressive, and they will later be useful for gathering relics, so be very careful while poking at your opponent's villagers. At around 8-20 minutes, you will have enough resources to HAP to castle. Do so with the military wing. At this point, leave only 12 villagers on food, 10 on gold and the rest to wood. Leave your rally point on wood as well for the rest of the game, and rebalance your economy as you need from this point forward. This means if you need more food, just grab some villagers from the woodline and send them to a deer pack or berries, or vice versa. While you are aging up, keep producing desert raiders non-stop. Build a tower on your gold just to be safe, and get a blacksmith. Research iron undermesh as fast as possible, and even get a third stable if you have extra wood. When you're about 80% done with the age up, send your dervishes to your opponent's relics. This way, as soon as you age up, you will be able to pick them up and send them to your base. With this strategy, you will almost always get at least 4 relics. As soon as you age up, 3 more desert raiders will spawn to reinforce your army, and they will keep spawning every 2 minutes. This is pretty much 300 resources per minute, just from the military wing. Now you will have a pretty impressive army with +1 ranged armor to continue poking your enemy with. From your stables, immediately research the veteran upgrades for your desert raiders and start producing camel lancers. These guys are basically knights, so they will be the front line of our army. If you don't have a mosque by the time your dervishes bring the relics home, just drop them on the floor and keep gathering the rest of the relics, as you can later use one of the dervishes to garrison the relics in the temples. I also like to produce 1 additional dervish to capture all 3 sacred sites as soon as possible. This will further increase my gold generation. If you manage to get all of these advantages, you can pretty much transfer all your villagers from gold to food, and still have enough gold to keep producing camel lancers and get the rest of your upgrades. Now, because we went military wing, all your cavalry will be able to build siege on the field. Here it really depends on what the state of your opponent is. If he is hiding behind static defenses, or his important buildings are exposed, then you can build rams to bring them down. If he has an army that's heavy on archers, then build mangonels, and if he's farming spearmen and men-at-arms, then build springles. There will also be times where you don't even need siege, you can just use the resources to get more units, and just win the game with only units. But from this point on, your army and economy should be strong enough to dive the enemy base, win against most armies, and get a win. If your opponent starts producing units to defend himself against the first few desert raiders, remember that your dervishes actually make your raiders extremely tanky. If you micro correctly, you will be able to fight any unit, and win trades that you would normally not win. So keep trading damage. This will force your enemy to feel the need to make even more units, further delaying his castle age timing, while you're going to make only 4 very annoying and durable desert raiders. If your opponent is massing archers, remember that you can always build horsemen instead. This will complement your desert raiders well and even catch some opponents off guard with the unit switch. Finally, you may find yourself in a situation where your enemy has a big mass and tries to all-in you when they see your castle age up. In this case, you need to preemptively build a couple of towers on your gold, as this will most likely be the target of the attack. Then remember that the military wing spawns 3 desert raiders as soon as you age up, so this will be extremely good at helping you defend. These 3 plus the army you already had should be more than enough to defend any feudal aggression at this point. And lastly, try not to lose any villagers. If you're being dove hard, just garrison your builds and run away with the rest. It does not matter if you stop gathering resources for a few seconds. All you need to do at this point is survive the attack, and after that you will be able to counterattack with castle age units, while your opponent will most likely be stuck in feudal for a time, giving you enough of a window to dive your opponent's base and close the game. Now, static defense is another reason why military wing is great in this situation. Remember, you can always build rams or mangonels with your cavalry. This will help you clear out most static defenses. Also, do not be afraid to dive when you have camel lancers. Think of these guys as knights. They are pretty tanky, and by the time you have relics and sacred sites, you should have more than enough gold to research +2 ranged armor. Never be afraid to dive. Plus, if you have your dervishes with you, you will have constant AoE healing to offset the damage that any arrows can do to your army. If you're in the feudal age, don't be afraid to take a couple of arrow hits with your desert raiders in order to idle your opponent's economy. You can deal cheap damage to the villagers, go back to your dervishes to heal, and then go back in and repeat this process. You can do this on the gold vein, on the woodline, or even under TCs, but be extremely careful, like I said before. Do not lose any units. If you lose units, you forfeit the whole point of the Derbish Wing, so try to practice this micro as much as you can. Let's talk about which maps are best for this build. Besides the water maps, I would also ban Enlightened Horizon, since this map is always played with a Dark Age Spearman opening, and AYYUBID is not that great at that. Alta E is playable, but is very difficult due to how closed off the map can be, so dealing damage with your initial desert raiders and dervishes can be very difficult. Almost every other map is great for this build. What we're looking for are open or semi-open maps that will guarantee your initial attack slows down your opponent while you age up to castle in the back. Now let's talk about how to deal with an AYYUBID player that tries this strategy on you. The very first thing you need to know is that it is coming. The best way to do that is to always have your scout to see what wing they aged up with. Look at their House of Wisdom. If you see this building on the side of it, you will know it's the Derbish Wing. Next, scout around their base to see if you scout a stable. If they do have a stable as soon as they reach Feudal, you can expect desert raiders coming your way. Now that you know that this strategy is coming, it's time to immediately build a stables yourself and produce horsemen. Even though they are against camels, horsemen actually deal pretty well against desert raiders, because they are also ranged units, meaning that the bonus damage from horsemen applies to them as well. Also, because they have higher movement speed, when you have enough of them, you can just go for a surround and kill them pretty easily. After you have successfully defended the first few desert raiders, you can either transition to castle age yourself and build crossbows or spearmen to deal with the incoming camel lancers. Or you can keep building horsemen to prevent the enemy dervishes from grabbing relics. If you feel you have a pretty good lead, you can even go for a well-timed attack at the AYYUBID's gold, which will in turn prevent him from building camel lancers later on, and give you some space to get to castle yourself. Now, last week I managed to go on a pretty awesome win streak on stream using this strategy only. If you would like to see the full games, you can find those on my YouTube channel. And if you want to see me test these strategies out, consider subscribing to see when I'm live, or follow me on Twitch to catch me there also. Now, let's get into some of the best games I played on stream. Byzantines. This might be very interesting against Byzantines because if he goes Hippodrome, then I think he will be pretty fucked. You always go fast castle with AYYUBIDs? Yeah, I mean, fast castle with AYYUBIDs is probably what most people know how to do best. This one is a semi-fast castle, so not entirely a fast castle. Okay. Now he will get all of this, so I'm going to go around and try to get there as fast as possible. Let's build this here. The good thing is I'm AYYYUBID, so I'm not gonna need a lot of deer, and I got an amazing spawn. Deer, blackberries, and my gold is not actually on the front, so. And I still am getting very lucky with the sheep. Okay, got another one. It's looking very good. Let's go return that sheep, and let's see how we do. Now, against Byzantines, what should be the game plan? I think we need to see what is... first thing we need to do is to see which landmark he's going for. So we'll do that. I think we got equal amounts of sheep. Now let's see what he's doing. He might think I'm going for a fast castle because he sees 5 on gold, but I'm actually not. Okay, he's going for the far berries. This I think is good for me, but I need to deny these berries. Now he's denied of berries. That is perfect for me. Let's go see where he is. Okay. Now we need to micro really well. I'm going to make a small wall here because I don't want him to... Let's try and break his level 4. Oh, these things are very tanky. Okay, now we run. Little miss micro there. That's alright. Need to speed build this. Just keep trading. When I AH up, I'm just gonna spam camel lancers. I think he's on a timer here, cause otherwise he's going to be in big trouble if he doesn't do something here. Oh, he's going to lose everything. Oh my god, I misclicked. Now we target his berries. Let's make another stable. We need some front line, so I think he's stuck in the age that he's in, so for now we're good. Okay, he's protecting that a lot. Now we need to do something before he upgrades his shit. Now we're going to do a lot of damage here. If we can. I think this is GG. GG. Nice. Dervishes are broken as fuck. They are broken as fuck. I think AYYUBID is really strong if you use dervishes correctly. I believe if I was going to make a change, I would somehow, I don't know, nerf dervishes and give them a buff somewhere else, because I think dervishes are extremely good. It looks like a fast castle because you start mining with 5 at the beginning. So when he scouted, he probably didn't think I was going to make any units. That's why he went for all the cisterns very exposed, and he also went for the Grand Winery. He didn't have any production buildings. If he had the Hippodrome, he could have defended my initial Desert Raider attack pretty easily, and he wouldn't have been idled here. And I think after he saw the units that I was making, I was only going for 4 Desert Raiders, by the way. After he saw the units, I think he thought that I was going to stay in Feudal, but this build is just go for 4 Desert Raiders, harass with the dervishes. You can actually take pretty good trades with dervishes, even against horsemen and archers, if you micro well, and then go straight into castle with the military wing. So I had so many units precisely because I got 3 Desert Raiders as soon as I got to castle, and then I will keep getting 3 more every 2 minutes. And then I just spam camel lancers, and if they are still in Feudal, like he was, he just got into castle, so his units were not upgraded. This is just GG, because I have 7 knights, a bunch of Desert Raiders, and I think I had a dervish here healing. I think it died, maybe. And behind all of that, I am able to get all the relics in the map. So I was already getting the one on his side of the map, and I had the other one here. But I think in resources, well, actually he was ahead because he was 5 cisterns, but if you see military count, we were almost the same, but mine were castle units with dervish. So this is going to be extremely good. Zhu'Xi's legacy. This is definitely a hard one because Zhu'Xi can go professional scouts, can make units, and still reach castle in a pretty amazing timing. So this might be a hard one, but we'll see. We will see. So if I see his scout, I'll turn. If I don't, I'll just go straight for his side. So he's probably went this way. Well, I didn't get as much sheep as I would like to get. I didn't get that much sheep, that's for sure. Rocky River is not the best map for AYYUBID, because I think all the berries are on the front, so this might not be the best map for this, but we'll see. I don't remember if there are berries around this area. He has berries here, so maybe I have some too. 2 sheep there. Got a bunch of sheep though. Okay, I forgot to go for wheelbarrow. That's something we always want to do. 1 more to wood, and then everything to food. Okay, he left some sheep for me here, which is good. Well, actually he's Zhu'Xi, so some Zhu'Xi players actually scout their side of the map first. So maybe that's what he did. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I wonder if I will be there in time with my camel, with my Desert Raider. I'm going to use my dervishes to scout what's going on. Actually, I'm going to use my dervishes to see where his villager goes, because he might be trying to hide it. Let's see where he goes. I ain't getting away. Sorry, my man. Oh my god, all my villagers. That was a terrible mistake from me. That was terrible. I forgot to move them from my control group. So I received almost as much damage as he did, just because of that mistake. This is already a disaster for him, though. He's going to lose every single thing here. Yeah, this is already pretty terrible. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Now I can just trade. I can heal and he can't, so all I need to do is just trade without losing units, of course. But he's very behind. Okay. We already did a lot of damage, and he's investing into Shuganu, which is pretty good. And he doesn't have, well, he has a stable, so maybe he's pro scouting. I think he's here actually. Let's go there. Yeah, he's trying to pro scout. And he's stuck making units, so he's not aging up anytime soon. I need to macro for a bit. He's trying to get these deer. Okay. I'm going to stop making desert raiders actually, and I'm going to go into horsemen or camel riders. I'm going to go for the safer relics first. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get this, so let's just work with what we have. I think he's forced, he feels he's forced to do an all-in because of all the shit he lost. So if he loses here, then he's dead. That's probably GG. And we go back to building our towers and our gold. And now we win. Now we have a front line, so it's not going to be able to do much. And we have camel lancers as well. So this is probably GG. The good thing about this thing too is that we can actually go for siege if we wanted to. Reach castle age, that's fine. He doesn't have any gold to produce units. Can actually win here. I just have too many camel lancers. That's GG. Nice.
Good game. Well played.
14 minutes. I mean, taxes are good, but I mean, if you lose 50 villagers, then taxes aren't going to carry you. I think he was way too greedy. I don't know what he was expecting me to do when this was the greediest thing he could have done, and then he didn't react here when I mean, he knew I had units when I got his 2 villagers constructed the landmark, and after that he thank you Nata for that donation. After that he didn't do anything about the villagers he had on the gold except this wall here. So yeah, he was extremely greedy, extremely greedy. Let's see how many villagers he lost at the beginning. Yeah, this is just GG. Zhu'Xi already starts with 1 less villager, so losing this many villagers so early into the game is a death sentence. All I had to do when he did that push is survive, and that would be it. And it wasn't really that hard to survive because I had a ton of units. Granted, his Shugenu counter my Desert Raiders, but if he dives all the way into my TC and he doesn't get anything, I think he only got 1 villager. From that point on, that was GG. Another Lancaster player. I think this build is good on this map. Just because I have deer on my base, so I'm able to produce a lot of units. He's going to clear that side of the map, so I'm going to clear the other side of the map. This is basically how scouting on this map works. That I think is a very underrated thing with AYYUBID's military wing. The fact that you can just build stuff with your cavalry is pretty amazing. Because that 1 siege ram actually helped me a lot. Let's drop off, let's drop off. Let's go for dervishes. Now my build is correct. The build gets a little bit messy when you age up to feudal, but I think I've got it a little bit on point now. I got a bunch of sheep. And I got a couple of sheep from his side too here, so that's very good for me. Now let's see what he's doing. I'm just gonna try to find my big gold and then I'm going to go straight for his base. So much sheep, holy shit. That was a fast age up. I think he might be doing the 3 matter start. Okay, we found all 5 relics. Now we go to his castle, to his base to see what's up. He left quite a bit of sheep. Okay, this is great. He has front gold, which means I'll be able to harass from this side. He's got towers and Lancaster castle, so I'm just going to go around. I'll go for 1 more. Ooh, this is great. This is great, great, great. I'm forgetting to build I just want to make sure that he's not on there. He's not. Let's see if he garrisons. Okay. He's having to move his villagers a lot, so at least I'm cool with that. I'm going to split up my guys actually. I'm going to leave 1 here. And now he's off wood, which is good for me. I forgot to build my golden age. That is a mistake on my part. Let's see if he's there. He's not. So he mined enough for six. He mined enough for 6 manners, and he's taking his sweet time to age up. So let's see what he's up to now. Okay. Let's just try to deal as much damage as I can there. Since he's not going to let me okay, nice. Okay, let's start beating his manners. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough, we'll see. Okay, this is good. Okay, we need to heal. Need to heal just a bit. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to go around. It's probably on this wood. So let's go there. I'm going to build a couple of things here. There we go. Now that Hoveler army is pretty pathetic, so I don't think it's going to do much. Now he's going to lose all his builds. Now we just camp his production. A little bit of a misclick. That's alright. Now let's get onto the other side. I don't need any more gold because I have 5 relics. And all his eco is here. Let's transition into archers. I think this is already more than more than I expected to take in this, but that's alright. Okay. Let's build sprinkles. He has a bunch of is there one more secret site? Yeah, I think there is, but I haven't found it. Where is it? Let's build a bunch of archers now. And this is going to be the death blow. I'm going to go here and win the game. Oh, I didn't want to make a siege ram, but that's alright. I can just move. I have way too many units. There we go. That's cute, he built a, a monastery. Here we go. GG's. Oh, AYYUBID mangonels from manors. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But I mean, he was very angry. Is he a streamer? I think I've seen his name on Twitch before, but I'm not sure. This build too strong, you beat a streamer? Nice, nice. I think I've seen his name. Yeah, his name did ring a bell. So let's analyze this. Let's see the map. So he was very greedy with the manors. What he did first is mine the 600 stone he needed. So I knew he was going for 6 manors, which is very slow. It is very, very slow. So my desert raiders, although I wasn't able to get a kill, I think I only got 1 kill on Feudal Age. Even though I wasn't able to get a kill, he had to run like all around his base. So he from here to here, or he had to build a tower. This is very uncommon for Lancaster players, by the way, to build a tower. He didn't lose any villagers in the Feudal Age, but my camel, my desert raiders actually did a lot of idle time damage to his eco. Then I caught him, when I aged up to castle, I caught him off guard with the raid that I did back here, because that's where his production was. And then he had no buildings or space to do that. So Lancaster players, I think the issue that they're having, and that's the issue that I had also the other day where I was streaming the turtle builds, is that we go way too greedy. So if he did White Tower instead of King's College, he might have been alright, because I would have to sit back, made some mangonels or something, and try to break the White Tower that way, or I would have had to go around all the way. So yeah, I think he was way too greedy, and then he didn't. I was expecting him to go around his base looking for resources, but he never did. He was just building farms. So I am willing to bet that his food was pretty much nothing. He should have turtle more to survive. I mean, that's the way Lancaster works. You have to find a balance between greed and making units. King's College was way too greedy. I think maybe he was thinking that the Hoveler upgrade would help against the Desert Raiders, and it did. But once I got Camel Lancers, then his Hoveler's useless, even though they had the upgrade. I think White Tower would have 100% made this a lot harder. And that's it. If you reached this far, consider leaving a like and a subscribe. That definitely means a lot. Thank you, and I hope you're having a great day. See you in the next one.